Hey everyone, it's Mybo here. Today I'll be doing a guide on the Lambda guild boss for the Rose of Garden event. I'll be going over the units for this event and going over my recommendations as well. I'll be covering some tips for the guild boss that hopefully will help you all. And at the end of the video I'll put in an attempt with the base units so you can see how they perform as well. For this event, if you don't have any of the SS units, my recommendation is to start with the red alpha tank, the Delta, Epsilon healer, Gamma, and then the Epsilon TPS. You will need a healer for this guild boss, so if you don't have Lambda, just stick with the Epsilon healer. The units I would replace first would be the Delta, then the Gamma, and if you have the front unit is able to survive through the damage, which if they have enough defense they can, you can replace the Alpha, and then the Epsilon DPS after. And then for the DPS, if you do have the Shadowfest beta, I would always use her. She boosts 2 to 3 DPS by 30%, and her combo, you only want to use it after the ultimate's already. The damage buff that she applies during that only works after the combo is ended, and it stays around for 2 to 3 seconds after, so you gotta hit it pretty fast. So whichever unit has the highest sack stat on your team, you'll want to just use the ultimate immediately after the combo for the increased damage. The Iris and Aurora are both good for this boss, so I'd replace them if you have them, or replace them in if you have them. Aurora does a lot when she has a weapon as well, since it gives 7 additional bleed stacks right before the ultimate goes off. And then Edda and Zeta, they're both pretty good, but they're a lower priority unit. Um, Edda pulls slightly ahead if you do have to choose between the two. And then for off-color recommendations, I would go with the Shadowfest Gamma if you do have her. Um, she allows for more ultimates throughout the fight. And then my other recommendation would be the blue Epsilon, but I only recommend her if you do have the First Awakening, since the First Awakening allows you to get the 40% damage buff to allies that are close to her, which the only one not affected by that would be the Delta DPS. For tips for this boss, one thing that I always recommend is trying to line up your buffs and debuffs on the ultimates. So knowing which unit should go first in that is pretty important. It can be changed based on what units you have as well. The next thing I've found to help is learning when to delay your combos. If your 5 combo is up and the ultimates for every unit is almost up, you should delay your combo until after you've used the ultimates that buff or debuff. So for example, the Perform Wisdom Epsilon will buff attack, so you should use that ultimate first, and then proceed with the combo after you've used that or any other characters that buff or debuff. And you want to try to use the combo as soon as all the buffs and debuffs have gone out, since time, albeit slowly, does continue on through the ultimates. So after you've done that, the buff and debuff ultimates, you use the combo, and then use the rest of the ultimates. It'll fill up the combo bar a little bit more. With this boss, the ultimate goal is to just have your units survive until their ultimates. The boss does a lot after Nu has left the fight. Mainly she does the 2 whip attacks, which you'll want to try and use combos in between them if you need to have your units survive. With the base units, you want to do a 3 or 4 combo before Nu is left. Otherwise, you won't have enough damage to really push into the next phase, and she'll just keep healing her. If you have pretty good units, you can just delay your combo until the 5th combo, and then as soon as Nu dies, you can go and use that. After that, though, you will need to play it safe until all your units have their ultimates. So I recommend using the heal as the last option, trying to get your tank combo higher if you can. Doesn't always work out that great. Um, but a lot of your major damage is just going to be from the ultimates. So having all of your units survive till the end, or as many as you can, is good. But I think that's about it for the video. Thanks for watching up to this point. I'll have the video showcasing the base units and how they fare after this. I will try and get a video like this out a little sooner for next event for those interested, so keep an eye out for it. I'll also continue my one-shot series up and down. I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you next time.
正解は私にお任せください。よし。ほえ？頑張ります。そこに並べ。全員鍛え直してやる。後悔する。恥ずかしいところを見せられない。相手にならない。ここからが勝負だ。容赦はしない。道半ばだもん。まだ触れるわけにはいかないの。本当だ。戦術を変える。ここからが勝負だ。容赦はしない。ゆっくりとあなたの相手をしていられるほど私暇ではない。ありがとうございます。